What's up, Multiverse? Dr. Dave here, and welcome to the Geek Lounge. It's been a while since we did a Funko Pop Hunt. I don't think I've even done one in 2022 yet, and a lot of things that I did want to pick up have now started to drop in stores, so I thought, why not? And let's first start with Tesco's. And guys, it's actually massively disappointing. This is literally all they have. It's like the section has massively shrunk. Nothing here that you don't really see in any other stores, to be perfectly honest. I mean, it used to be like 2 shelves. I mean, yeah, that is literally it. I've got a couple of like what if pocket pops down here. I don't know if it's anything really cool. I don't really go for pocket pops too much, but yeah guys, that's about it. Pretty big bust here at Tesco's. We're here in Game Guys and they don't really have anything too great, to be perfectly honest. Nothing really I'm seeing that's special apart from, I don't know if you guys can hear me because the music's blaring a bit in here, the mini puffed with pizza, which I think is exclusive here to games, so I think I might be picking this up. Alright guys, we've made it into the entertainer here. I think it's kind of like the Marvel section there. You can see the new stuff here. They have got the Black Cat. I mentioned that in a video, or the last video I think. I have, funny enough, my pop culture order has now come in, which contains Black Cat, so I can do that animated Spider-Man video. We've got the Dr. Octopus there as well. We also do have the Madam Web. As I said, I think all of these might have been exclusive to the entertainer. Nothing much else I'm kind of seeing just here. Some of the kind of bombshells and the kind of good causes pops. I did actually notice they do have the Superman Blue, which was also exclusive to the entertainer. I've got some of the Imperial Palace ones here. I do actually still need the Wonder Woman one, but £11 I kind of feel I could get it better in a sale. And actually another thing I did notice here at the bottom that is also new is this Two-Face from the animated Batman series. I mean, this box is in pretty naff condition, to be honest, but that is a pretty cool pop. I don't collect them, even though I did watch the animated Batman as a youngster. But yeah, this pop, as I said, the condition, it's battered, so even if I was going to start collecting it, definitely not picking that one up. I'm more surprised by how big a WWE section they have. No point really going through the chases. They're the same ones that have kind of been here all along. That Rey Mysterio, I have actually got the glow in the dark one of that on pre-order. I just see at Triple H that was kind of exclusive to the entertainer here in the UK. It was funny you get those flopped ZZ Top figures. Dusty Hill there, as well as Billy Gibbons. I'm not really seeing too much else that I don't generally see here at the entertainer. So they Jingle All the Way pops have been out for a while now. Wonder Woman there on Pegasus. A lot of kind of animation pops and 10-inch things here as well. One thing I did notice they have still in stock is that Rex from Toy Story, and it is pretty cool. I think that was exclusive to the entertainer. A lot of the Monsters Inc. things they've got in, which, you know, I've kind of picked all of those up now. You can see Scented a Little Pony. But yeah, like I said, I don't really think there's anything too different to what we normally see. The Tick, I think that's quite a cool pop. £5 as well. Did quite like that as a child. As you can mention, that DIY Grinch, I suppose that is pretty cool. And lastly we have the Star Wars section, but again, nothing really too kind of different here. Although that 337, not sure I've actually seen that before. Is that new? Some of the Knights of Ren, Rey, Iden Versity, I kind of looked through already, but that's been here a while, so definitely not a chase. But one thing they did have is the Bounty Hunter Fallen, which I don't have yet. It's just I kind of was going to pick up something else in Smith's Toys that's pretty big, so I might leave that for now. And that's actually where I had to cut the hunt short, or at least in terms of the footage. And as you guys can see, I am actually in a different room. The Professor is doing some work in the lounge. I'm actually in my bedroom, where as you can see, I've kind of got all my pops stored. It actually goes quite high up there because I literally don't have anywhere else to put them, and I thought, you know what, it still makes a pretty cool backdrop for a video. But back to the hunt, guys, and my next port of call, I should say the final port of call, was actually Smith's Toys, but I couldn't really get much footage there because there were like 3 or 4 staff members, including a manager, who were like stacking or rearranging shelves in the aisle where the Funko Pops were. They weren't touching the Funko Pops, but they were pretty much touching everything else, and I believe it was in preparation for half term, which is this week. I should have actually mentioned, I actually shot this, or I did the hunt itself on Friday, so you know, I'm pretty sure they were preparing for the half-term, you know, school week this week, and so I really only got a little bit of kind of mobile, you know, sneaky mobile footage, but it's a bit annoying really, because the majority of things I picked up were from Smith's Toys. You know, I could have asked the manager there, you know, could I have filmed things, but I'm pretty sure he probably would have said no, especially with his staff members being so busy. But you know, it is what it is. We've still got the things to show off that I picked up at Smith's Toys. And speaking of stacking shelves, guys, I did also head into Menkind, but when I got there, they too were stacking shelves, but they were actually stacking all of their new Funko Pops because they'd literally just taken a delivery in. And it was also a little bit annoying because they actually got some really kind of cool stuff in, you know, a lot of new stuff, whereas Menkind, like the few times I've been in there before, it is the Watford store, if you are wondering. I've kind of always felt it's been the same things, a little bit disappointing, but like I said, they had some really new cool stuff in there, but I didn't have time to like go and come back so I could then kind of shoot the footage and show you guys. It just kind of is one of those things that, you know, happen with the hunt. It is what it is. If you guys are wondering, I didn't pick it up myself because I kind of want to watch the movie first, but they did actually have an Oswald Cobblepot chase in there. It probably is gone by now. We are talking Friday, but you know, maybe if you are in the Watford area, go to Menkind, go and check, ask behind the counter. She mentioned it to me, they took it behind the counter, they actually didn't have it out on the shelf, so you never know. And so the hunt itself was a little bit hit and miss. Miss in terms of, you know, the footage that I was and wasn't able to get. Very disappointing Watford Tesco's. I really don't know what's happened there. You know, they massively shrunk their section. That was very disappointing. Also, you know, Game was pretty disappointing. They didn't have anything new. You know, they kind of changed how they're displaying their pops. They're all out on this kind of spread out on this bigger wall. I mean, you guys can't see here. I think this goes like 3 or 4 back, and that's what Game actually used to do. It was like 2 or 3 pops back. It was pretty annoying, especially when I was trying to do a hunt, because you kind of have to kind of dig in and see what's there. But like I said, they've now spread it out on a wall, which is nicer. It's just they didn't really have anything that was new, so that was also a little bit annoying. But I did pick one thing up from Game, and that was this. You guys saw it in there, the mini puffed with pizza, which is actually exclusive to Game here in the UK. And now there are a few things that annoy me about this. Firstly, the price, as you guys can see there, $19.99. Pretty pricey, 20 quid for a pop. Even for an exclusive, that is pretty expensive. It just is what it is with Game. You know, their exclusives are always pretty expensive compared to everywhere else. Plus the box isn't in the best of condition. I don't know if you guys can make it out there. You know, if the I don't really think my camera wants to go into focus too much. It's kind of like a dent right here going through the box. I mean, it is what it is. It was the only figure they had, or at least, I shouldn't say the only figure they had, the only mini puff with pizza they had left in the store, and I kind of wanted it, so I decided to pick it up. I know it was a 7-Eleven exclusive in both the US and Canada. I know Top Pops picked it up recently in his video, and I kind of needed it for my collection, and like I said, it wasn't exclusive here at Game. Just a bit annoying with that $19.99 price tag. But like I said, I have seen, I don't think that's really going to go into focus, but like I said, I have seen the 7-Eleven version be like very expensive on, you know, some of the independent stores that we have over here that, you know, kind of stock US stickered exclusives. So it's not too bad. Let's take a closer look at it. And there he is, guys. If you have been watching, you know, the last few months, I have been picking all of these up. So it's pretty cool to add this one to the collection. And unlike I think the last time I did a video where I got a mini puffed, you know, I said I hadn't seen the film. I have actually finally seen Ghostbusters Afterlife. thoroughly enjoyed it, though I did find it a bit weird that the mini Puffs, I mean, maybe I am spoiling things a little bit if you haven't seen it, but the mini Puffs don't really feature massively, to be perfectly honest, which I was surprised about considering they made all these kind of Funko Pops. But yeah, this one, guys, I do like it. We're kind of round at the back here, and there's not really anything ever going on at the back of a mini Puff figure, so swing back round to the front. There he has a big slice of pepperoni pizza. Well, we got like 3 bits of pepperoni with a half slice as well. His hand holding it. He's kind of holding his stomach. He's got a very satisfied look on his face, as if he is full, even though he is holding this other slice. A pretty cool figure. You know, happy to add it to that mini Puff collection. I think really only a couple more left to go now. And the rest of the things I picked up today, guys, were from Smith's Toys. I did say it earlier, the majority of things I picked up were, you know, from there. It's just annoying we couldn't get that footage. The next thing I picked up, although actually let me just say, because you guys are probably thinking, why have you got these things in pop sorters? It's something I actually do, and I'm interested to know if there is anyone else out there who does this. When you go on like a pop hunt, or just you go in store to buy something, do you take a pop sorter with you to, you know, add a bit of protection where it's in the bag, especially from weather effects? Because I do, you know, I take like 3 or 4 pop sorters with me, and if I buy a pop from the store, it goes in a pop sorter. That's a Pop Figures one right there. But this next figure, I mean, you probably guessed it, was sticking with the Ghostbusters Afterlife theme. I was about to say you saw me show it off in the store, but of course you didn't, because I really didn't get much footage. It is the mini Puffed with ice cream scoop there. This was exclusive to Smith's Toys here in the UK. I know Baskin Robbins, of course, in the US. Let's now take a closer look at him. And look at that, guys. I think this one is very, very cool. Very interesting that it still kind of has the Baskin Robbins wording there on the spoon. You know, we have that stupid, boring special edition sticker over here as opposed to the Baskin Robbins one. But interesting that it still has the Baskin Robbins wording, like I said, there on the spoon. He's scooping up some ice cream. I guess, what's that, chocolate mint chip? Definitely some kind of mint ice cream anyway, by the fact that it is green. As we're kind of going around, I mean, I've said this quite a few times now, looking at these mini Puffed figures, the nothing really to show on the back, so let's just swing back round to the front. He's got that kind of almost like a nefarious look, if that's a good word, you know, like he's being really mischievous. I mean, I guess that's what these mini Puffs are all about, mischief and mayhem. But yeah, this one is really, really cool. I think the only one I am actually missing now is the mini Puffed on Fire. I kind of wanted to get the glow-in-the-dark one that came with a pop tee. I want to say maybe Walmart, who that was exclusive to in the US. Could have been Target. Maybe it was Target, actually. I can't entirely remember. But over here in the UK, I think it was supposed to be exclusive to the Funko shop, or FunkoEurope.com. I could be mistaken on that. Can't entirely remember. I do actually have the Walmart exclusive one where he's got the headphones on. And I actually forgot to show it off in the last video, the big haul. I actually had another box of things that, like I said, I forgot to show off. We'll do that in another video, but it did include that mini Puffed with the headphones as well. And next up, guys, I did pick up one of the Diagon Alley figure sets. Hagrid here outside the Leaky Cauldron. It's definitely the Leaky Cauldron. Yeah, the Leaky Cauldron. Apologies for the lighting. I am a bit kind of more restricted here in the bedroom. This was exclusive to Smith's Toys over here in the UK. Maybe you guys can see things a little bit better there with the glam shot, as well as, I mean, they didn't really put any of the other figures from this set, you know, the Diagon Alley set, which I always found was a bit weird. They just kind of put these guys here, which, were they like the Christmas ones or something like that? I can't entirely remember. Like I said, this was exclusive to Smith's Toys. I'd picked up the Head Goblin, is it Head Goblin at Gringotts Bank? I can't entirely remember the full name. I actually got the Target exclusive one through a sale from Double Box Toys. And funnily enough, on that Friday morning, Double Box Toys actually had a 20% sale for everything that was in stock, I believe, and they actually had the Ginny one. I can't remember entirely which store she's outside of, so I also got the Ginny one that morning, and then I kind of went and did the hunt and got this one as well from Smith's Toys. Like I said the last time when I got the Head Goblin at Gringotts Bank, I'm not going to take a look at these until we get the full set. I'm not too sure when everything else is supposed to come out. I did see, I think, is it the Ron one that's kind of coming out now? Or is the Harry one? I can't entirely remember. Some of the kind of release dates on these, well, the release dates on a lot of things this year and last year have been a bit messy. Well, for the last couple of years, right? It is what it is with the pandemic. So, you know, as soon as we get all of these figures, guys, I'll be doing a kind of like a big Diagon Alley video. And if you've been watching the last few weeks, guys, you've seen in the few videos I have been picking up the latest wave of the Monsters Inc. figures, and this was actually the last one I needed. The whole set is now completed. It is the Flocked Sully that was exclusive to Smith's Toys. Again, over here, I think all of these figures I picked up today, well, obviously the game one was exclusive to Game, the Mini Puff with Pizza. The rest of these have all been exclusive to Smith's Toys here in the UK. Let me just show you guys the back there as well. The Boo, Celia, Mike, Sully, and the Yeti. I've got the regular Yeti, the scented Yeti, the regular Sully. Now this one is the Flock Sully. I've got those other three figures, as well as the Sully with Boo, which I showed off in the last video. So yeah, full set, now completed. We may as well take a closer look at Sully, even though it was the same, we've put it on the channel before. It is just now flocked, so it probably is a little bit nicer. And there he is. Like I said, guys, it is just the same figure, just that it is flocked, and it is really nice. I do love the feel of these flocked figures. You know, I think this is just a really cool figure in general anyway. Even the non-flocked version is pretty cool. He's holding that trash can, the worried look on his face, the colander there on his head. It's pretty much the armor to protect them from Boo, because, you know, they really don't know what she or what happens when you are touched by a human, as we're kind of going around there. Interesting that those kind of spikes or whatever they are on the tail, they actually have some flocking on them as well, if that's the right word. Flocking, that kind of sounds a little bit dodgy, but the horns don't. It's like the rest of the body does. And you can even kind of see it's almost kind of like under the kind of head and neck area in the back. It does kind of look more sort of furry, if that's the right word. I mean, I guess it is, right? On the elbows and the knees as well there. So I think the flocking really does, there's that word again, flocking. The fact it is flocked, I just think does make the figure look a bit better in my opinion, but still cool, like I said, nonetheless. And the last figure I did pick up is from the latest wave of the Mandalorian, guys. I did actually have a few Mandalorian figures to show off in the last video. It was in that box I mentioned that I kind of forgot to open, so we'll get round to those in the next video or next two videos. But this one here is the Dark Trooper with Grogu, again exclusive to Smith's Toys here in the UK. Just a shame they all have that very boring special edition sticker. There is some, well, I mean, that was the previous wave of figures, actually. I don't know why they haven't got the new ones. The other boxes kind of had, like, what was it, like Cobb Vanth, was it Fennec Shand, and then Luke with Grogu, which we did show off in the last video just because that was in a different box. But yeah, guys, Dark Trooper with Grogu, that glows in the dark. Let's now take a closer look at it. And look at that, guys. That is pretty cool. I have to say, I didn't really see too much of the detail inside the box, especially because it's got those two stickers, the special edition and the glow-in-the-dark sticker. But they've kind of made the base this kind of, well, is it really fire? It's kind of almost like, it's like propulsion fuel, or I don't really know what I'm saying. But, you know, all of these figures have to have a Star Wars base, and this one has it, but it is kind of like the flying version, right? Because that's what this Dark Trooper is doing. He grabs Grogu and he flies up to the ship, but it is on one of those bases that we kind of typically see. Is it, or stand? Maybe stand's a better word, that we typically see for like a flying or a floating character as we're going around. Some nice kind of machine parts there. I mean, you know, that's what you would expect from a Dark Trooper. I mean, it's not really too much different to the Dark Trooper we've already had. He's just really in a different pose. I like the kind of, again, jet propulsion, maybe that's right. Maybe the kind of see-through bits are supposed to be cloud. Is he like shooting up? Because the kind of propulsion, you know, bits, the kind of flames are kind of below his feet, right? But there we see he's holding Grogu with one hand. Grogu even has that kind of worried, sad look on his face. It's almost like he is reaching out as well. That is pretty cool. I was trying to wonder what the glow feature for this is. I think I did see some images before. I think maybe the eyes glow. I'm not sure if the base or those, again, propulsion or whatever the correct term is for the kind of flames under his feet, maybe they glow. But you know what, why kind of speculate? Let's just take a look for ourselves.
I'll be honest, guys, this really is not the best of glows. It is really just the eyes, and I've always kind of really found that, you know, anything that's kind of red glow in the dark has never really done well or kind of shown up for a long time or like lasts a long time, I should say. This is no different. I've done a few tests. I mean, I've had this on here for quite a while now. Oops, boom, bang the torch so you can see it's gone already. It literally lasted for a few seconds. Pretty disappointing, but yeah, it is what it is.
And that is going to do it for today's video, guys. First and foremost, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me here on the Geek Lounge. It is very much appreciated. Secondly, I do apologise that, you know, the hunt wasn't particularly great, or at least the footage wasn't great, and I can promise next time it will be better. Nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If so, be sure to give it a like, drop some comments below. Have you guys been on a Funko Pop Hunt recently? If so, what did you guys pick up? If you're also not subscribed, make sure you hit, click, smash that subscribe button, enable those notifications so you don't miss out on any future content, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out, nerds!